T2 made that. T2 made that. T2 made that.
What's good, bro?
What's the deal?
What up, man? How you been, bro?
I'm smooth, man. We gonna get this
Heard
thing.
that.
We gonna get this thing
Yes, sir.
cracking. Let me pause this music real quick. Yeah. All right, we fired up.
Yes, sir.
What up, though, y'all? You already know what the deal is, man. Don't forget to like the video on the way in. Today, this is actually the first time I've had a guest on my channel. I've been going to other dudes' channels, but this is the first time I brought a guest on my channel. So obviously, we got my man's CG Exclusive. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
What up, my boy? It's CG. You know what I'm saying? I got my own little channel, so come check that out. You know what I'm saying? Me and Chris, we got a lot of similar stuff. We met through Red Sings the Blues. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? But me and Chris, we talk a lot of similar stuff regarding our channels and stuff like that. I do a lot of financial stuff on there too. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna chop it up today because me and Chris, you know what I'm saying, we got a lot of the same workouts, a lot of the same interests. So we're gonna get to it, you feel me?
Indeed, everybody that's been watching my channel for the past few weeks, I've been talking about more heavy stuff, talking about the misbehaving and irresponsibility of black men and all that. But today we just gonna sit back and chill, talk about something a little bit more lax. We're gonna talk about this gym talk. I haven't done a gym talk in a long time, so I'm glad to bring that back. Now, CG, I know you had two things that you mainly wanted to talk about. You wanted to talk about the mental aspect of training and how to stay consistent in the gym. So we're going to start with them two. You could choose whichever one. But, this ain't an interview. We just chopping it up as homies. So,
Yes, sir.
we just going to keep flowing. Good conversation. You feel me? So kick it off with whatever you want to start it with.
Hell yeah. So first things first, because I do Herbalife, you know what I'm saying? So I'm an Herbalife distributor, I'm a fitness trainer. I be giving out meal plans, whatever. And I sell supplements too. That's like a big part of how I make my income passively, right? And a lot of dudes, they see me in the gym, they see me putting up numbers, they see the hype videos. I'm sure, Chris, you see them on Instagram too. And dudes see me putting up numbers, they see the football workouts. I play college football too. So dudes see that and they want to hop on, and they just think that because I sell supplements, so I need to give them some type of magic pill that's going to make them big, that's going to make them put up numbers. When in reality, it's just hard work. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't sit there and OD on all my Herbalife pills that I take and not go to the gym. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes, they think that just because they take the product, they're going to get the gains from it. Like one kid, right? I sold him Prelox Blues. You know what I'm saying? They boost your testosterone, and they got a lot of good stuff in them, right? L-arginine, L-citrulline, etc. And he said he got him before he was going on vacation. So he was going to take him to give him a boost while he was on vacation for 3 weeks, going to Minnesota. And then he was going to come back and start hitting the gym 3 weeks in between when he started taking the supplements till now. I said, bro, save your money and hold on to the supplements. And I could have said, yeah, bro, they're going to make you big, whatever. But I would have been doing him a disservice if I told him take the supplements, because then he would have had to buy a second round for me, because they're only a month's supply. You feel what I'm saying? So dude wants to take the supplements for 3 weeks before he even hits the gym, because he said he couldn't work out while he was on vacation. I'm like, bro, because he wanted a little boost when he came back home so then he could start getting big. I'm like, that don't make sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like, dude thinks that these pills is going to be magic and he's going to come back home, bro, and then he's going to start putting up better numbers than he was before. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes have that thinking mindset. It's because they see the hype videos. They see me looking good on Gram. They see this, that, and the other. So all they want to do is look good and look fly on the Gram and put up the hype videos, put up the numbers in the hype videos, but they don't want to do the work to be able to make the videos. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the work is pretty much all of it. You got the physical aspect of the work, and you got the mental aspect of the work. Without the work, you ain't getting nowhere. Like, people follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of my lifts on Instagram. Not all of them, but I post, the good ones, the PRs, the heavy lifts and all that. And people always asking, how do I get PRs, every week or every other week on the same lift? Why am I always in the gym? Why am I always doing the same lifts? Why am I lifting so much weight? Ain't that bad for your back? Ain't that bad for your neck? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, it's like, if you got something that you love, with me, it's lifting weights. You gonna put in the work. You know what I'm saying? If you love what you're doing, the work ain't really a big deal, for real. It ain't a big deal for me 4 days a week, go to the gym, no matter how far it is, no matter how long the ride is there, to put in some work. Sitting down every Sunday and making sure I program meticulously each training day of every week. You know what I'm saying? Sitting down for 3 hours in front of my computer and programming my own workouts, doing all that. The work is all of it. You know what I'm saying? People always try to find what's the best exercise for this, or what's the best exercise for that. What's the exercise that's gonna give me big this, big that? It's like, bro,
Work.
if it's an exercise, right? If it's an exercise, it's gonna work. Like, it don't matter what it is. If it's an exercise, it's gonna work. It's all about the effort you put into it and how you plan it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that is gonna kind of lead into what you said. I like what you brought up about how people say, oh, it's bad for your back, it's bad for this, that, and all that. Like me, I had stress fractures in my back. I think I told you that when I transferred from my old school. And I had a lot of toll on my body. You feel what I'm saying? I'd be working out like a psychopath, like 6 days a week. You feel what I'm saying? When I'm home now, I'm in season basically. So I'm lifting with the team and just chilling out on my own time. But when I'm home and I'm at the crib, I'd be lifting 5-6 days a week, spending, not even capping, bro, probably 6 hours in the gym, because stretching, yoga, football workouts, cardio, then the weights. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm doing all that on top of my lifts. You feel what I'm saying? So it really is a toll on my body. You know what I'm saying? And people tell me all the time, you train like a psychopath, you do this, that, and the other. Because like I'll admit, I do a lot of pre-workouts. Sometimes before heavy lifts, I do smelling salts, but that's just what you have to do to give you that boost, in my honest opinion, to give you that boost to be able to go power through a 6-hour workout. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. So I really don't care if people say, oh, your back's gonna hurt, oh, it's a toll on your body, oh, this, that, and the other, because the ends more than justifies the means, if you feel what I'm saying. Like I'd rather sit there and train like a psychopath and take the extra dose of caffeine, whatever, than sit there and only go to the gym for a couple hours and just half-ass a workout and half-ass my day. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll go through the pain, I'll go through the soreness. So that's where the mental aspect comes in, because you really got to love it. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be angry and you really got to love it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be on it. Like you have to be so fixated on it where nothing else matters, where the risk of injury don't matter to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And like the thing with me is, in my life, I've been playing sports since I was 6 years old. Lifting has been the safest sport that I've participated in recreationally ever. Like playing basketball, boxing, football, all that. Tears, breaks, fractures, all that. All kind of hurting every part of my body. I've only had one injury lifting in 7 years, and that was earlier this, like 4 months ago or 5 months ago. I pulled my lower back. That's the first injury I've ever had in lifting in 7 years. And we always talk about, oh, I'm scared to start lifting because I think I'm gonna injure myself, or what if I break my back, or what if I break my leg or break my neck? It's like, man, for me, working out, lifting has been the safest sport I done ever participated in. I done injured myself countless times playing real sports. That's what's more dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's true. Like in football, you know what I'm saying? If you have bad form, then when you lift in, then it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You're not asking to get hurt, but it's kind of like if you go in and you just carelessly throwing around weight, not being meticulous with your form, then obviously you're finna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? But with football too, there's injuries every time I step on the field. It was snowing out the other night when we was at practice, and people slipping. You know what I'm saying? You slip, twist your ankle. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's all risk of injury. So what you said about weights being one of the safest things you can do is true, because you know what I'm saying, most people, the average Joe ain't going to the gym trying to throw up 315 on a front squat. You feel what I'm saying? The average Joe is going to go in, is going to do his 145. And I'm not saying any of them, if anybody's in the chat watching and saying the numbers are average, I'm just using that as an example in retrospect, that most people aren't in the gym training like a psychopath like me and Chris are. You know what I'm saying? Where most dudes aren't wanting to go put up the numbers. They just want to go work out, get a good pump in and look good. So like how you said, a lot of dudes is just scared to not go to the gym and not put up the numbers. I feel like too that a lot of dudes that I know like that, they just make excuses because they say, oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, I don't want to get hurt. Oh, I'm scared to do this because I'm going to get hurt. Like I'll be bringing when I be training people, sometimes I bring them to the gym with me, whatever. I'm showing them around and I'm putting them numbers on the squat and I'm like, all right, what you want? They're like, oh, could we throw a 15 on there? Could we throw a 10 and a 5 on there? And I was just repping out 225, and some of these dudes are taller than me, decently athletic. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, you need to push yourself. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes, I feel like they use that as a mental excuse and use that as a mental hurdle where I'm scared of injury. And I don't know if they're actually scared of injury or dudes just don't want to put in the work and don't want to exert themselves when they go to the gym. You feel what I'm saying? Because I think another part about the mental part of it is you need to go exert yourself in the gym in order to get bigger. Like you can't go coast through workouts when you home and then expect to go back. Like, let's put this in example, right? If I was coasting through workouts the whole fall and the whole winter break, and then I came back to school for football last week, and I didn't no type of physical difference. You feel what I'm saying? That's what coasting through workouts is you're staying stagnant. You need to exert yourself when you're working out so you can get bigger, get better, get stronger. You feel me? But a lot of people don't want to do that because you have to be self-motivated to go to the gym every day and stick on a consistent schedule and eat good foods and drink your water. You feel me?
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up that dudes be scared to put in the work, because to me, that's the biggest thing that I see when dudes stop going to the gym. You know, they stop seeing gains, they stop seeing progress after, 2-3 months. And they saying, or I'm asking, like, why you stop going to the gym? They was like, man, I just started plateauing and I wasn't progressing like I was in the beginning. I'm like, well, was you working hard? And they be like, yeah, I was working hard. And I'm like, look me in my eyes and tell me you was really working hard. And they like, all right. I mean, I was working all right, but I wasn't working like hard. And I'm like, well, that's probably your issue. If you going in there, especially because beginners, a lot of them go to the gym too much. Dudes just starting out going 6, 7 days a week, 3 hours, full body every day, like on some nut shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, you probably working too much and you're not even working hard at what you're doing. It's like, bro, minimize what you're doing and work harder at what you do. If you work harder, put in more effort, put in more work, put in more focus, and be more disciplined and be more diligent, you'll see your gains, you'll reap the benefits. But you can't go in there every day half-ass and think you about to get something out of it.
exactly. That's another thing too that you brought up, that a lot of dudes be trying to do too much. Now people will try to tell me I do too much because, like I told you before about 5 minutes ago, I be in the gym when I'm home about 6, 7 hours a day. And given I am, but I break that up into 2 different sessions. And one of them, I do a cardio football session where I'm doing all my DB workouts, my agility, my speed, my sprints, whatever. So I'm not in the gym for that. And then I go do my yoga. I stretch on the turf before I go play football. Then after I go home, eat whatever, then go back to the gym later in the day for my weight schedule. So I'm not in the gym for 6, 7 hours, like straight at a time, just banging out curls and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a schedule. So you need to have a target schedule. If you are going to go that long and do them long, rigorous sessions, you need to have somewhat of an idea what you're doing. Like you said, bro, a lot of dudes will go in there 6, 7 hours a day and work out on some like a crazy person, full body, 6 days a week. And then they wonder why they're burnt out. You feel what I'm saying? Like for as hard as I train, I recover even harder. You feel me? Because you can only train as hard as you recover, if that makes sense. You feel me?
Yeah, and dudes, like you said, they don't be knowing what they going in there to do. No program, no template. They walk. You could see them kind of dudes when you walk in the gym. Like they walking
Yeah.
around, they not walking around with purpose. They just walking around, like looking around, trying to see
Yeah.
what they about to do next. Like, oh, okay, I just did curls. I think I'm gonna go do lat pull downs now. And then they just do some random sets, random reps, and go to some random other machine, right? It's like if you don't got your exercises planned out, you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to work hard as you possibly can if you don't have no direction. You feel me? That's
Exactly.
why, I'm sure you plan out all your workouts. You know what I'm saying? I plan out all
Everything.
my workouts. If you look at my Google Docs, I have programs on top of programs that I've made myself weeks upon weeks in there dating back to 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're doing when you walk in the gym. You can't just walk in there and not know what you're doing.
Yeah, like a lot of dudes walk in there with like a chicken with their head cut off, walking around. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And other like my programs. I don't know how you train, but my programs are so meticulous that I break down, what type of chest day, what type of leg day I'm gonna be doing. Like I do an explosive leg day, and I do like a strength leg day. You feel what I'm saying? Explosiveness and strength is 2 different things. For all y'all that are watching, I don't know. Like explosiveness, I do more box jumps. I do quarter squats, box squats, all stuff that's gonna make me more explosive. And then I do a heavy squat day, a heavy front squat day on my strength day. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm doing different exercises, but all working the same muscle. So I'm getting the strength and the explosiveness. And on top of that, I'm doing stretching, get the flexibility. So it all goes into one. You feel what I'm saying? Like even my chest days too. Like I break up my chest in the upper chest, and then I do middle and lower chest. You feel what I'm saying? So I do upper chest, shoulders, and traps, and then I do my back, and then my the lower 2 parts of my chest and the middle part of my chest, because like I just feel like too, I don't want to do like be one of those dudes that goes in on a bro split and says, oh, I'm gonna do arms one day, chest one day. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like I know a lot of dudes like that. And there's a lot of dudes too at my gym when I'm home at the crib that they be walking around thinking the gym social hour. They be pulling up wearing the Adidas sweatpants. Not that there's anything wrong with that because I wear them to the gym, but they be pulling up fly, matching do-rag with the Yeezys and the Jordans. And they just be going to the gym looking fly, trying to impress people and pull chicks. You feel me? Like posted up, looking around, like trying to get smooth and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, bro. Like it's not social hour. Because then dudes be trying to come up to me and they talk to me and try to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because one of the things I'm asked about a lot is the way I dress to the gym. Like the way I dress to the gym, I try to keep it very rustic, like rough around the edges. Like I don't go in the gym trying to look cute. I don't go in there with a matching top and shorts. I don't go in there with matching shoes, matching outfit. I go in there, I got my Adidas track pants on, pulled up just below the knee. I got on a baggy t-shirt or I got on a hoodie. I got on my Alexander McQueen boots. That's what I deadlift in, or I got on my Nike Romaleo 4s. That's what I like to do squats and stuff in. And I got on a do rag, or maybe I just got my head out, and I got my dark shades on. Where my dark shades at? They over there. So I got my dark shades on, so you can't even see my eyes. And I'm in there to work, get in, do my work, and leave.
As you
When
should.
it's like when you thinking too much on the way you looking inside the gym, the way people looking at you, do they like your outfit? Do they like your clothes? It's like let the ladies worry about that. That's what the ladies do. Not saying that
Yeah,
in a disrespectful way. What I'm saying, I appreciate when a lady pull up to the gym. She got on a nice matching top and leggings. What I'm saying, looking good. But it's like I be telling dudes like, bro, just leave that up to the girls, dog. Just throw you on some clothes and get to work.
exactly. Our coaches be telling us that too, because you know what I'm saying. We're trying to get black uniforms, and I'm new to up here too. And they said we ain't won a ring in 5 years. We ain't run a conference ring in 5 years. So why y'all worried about black jerseys? Like our coach straight up told us that too, because we finna play some night games and stuff up here, and you can apply that same principle to the gym too. It's like dudes be trying wanting to pull up looking fly and stuff, but all that energy you focused on your appearance, you could be putting that towards the lift. You feel me?
Yeah. So we talked about the mental aspect. Let's move on to the consistency, the discipline, day in and day out. When you feeling tired some days and you don't feel like going, but you got to go anyway. When you got a busy ass day and you thinking like, I did work for 4 hours straight. I just want to rest and then keep doing my work for the 4 rest of the hours of the day. But I need to go to the gym in between. Talk about staying consistent and staying in the gym when you need to be there.
I mean, I feel like for me, my motivation is a little different than a lot of people's. You know what I'm saying? Just because I just really want to be a dog at football, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be pissed off. Like I'd be in the gym walking around pissed off. Like so even when I'm tired, I'll just take some pre-workout. I'll take a little bit of smelling salt when I get to the gym, and that'll be it. You feel me? And then I'll just go dog out my workout. So even though like I'm tired, I'll be waking up every day like, all right, what's next? Like this whole week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we got Friday off, tomorrow off, and then we got Sunday through Thursday next week with football. You feel what I'm saying? So we go Sunday through Thursdays with football, you know what I'm saying? Conditioning in the morning, lift in the morning, and then practice at night. So I'll be waking up every day like, what's next? You feel me? Like even though I'm tired and I'm sore, I can just dog it out. You feel what I'm saying? Because mentally I'm so tapped into what I'm trying to do, where the being sore, being hurt, being whatever, feeling sorry, to me it just isn't an issue. You feel what I'm saying? So regardless of me being sore or not, like I'm gonna go get my money regardless. And I know that's easier said than done. Because some days I do really be feeling like, oh, I'm really not gonna do this, whatever. So like I'll just take some pre-workout and just go body it out. You feel me? Chris, you do any pre-workout or anything like that? Yo, Chris.
I don't know what just happened. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. I don't know what just happened. I think my internet went out for a second, but we
Nah,
back.
you good. Wait, wait,
So
wait. Wait, when did I cut out?
I pulled you out and I pulled myself out and I put us back in
Oh, all right, got you.
because I thought it was the stream yard, but it was my internet. So I just reloaded the
Yeah,
screen. But with staying consistent, it's like for me, this has been
you just
routine.
gotta want it. Yeah,
Yeah, like this been routine since I was 13 years old. So it's like you just got to get in the habit. You feel me? It's second nature. Like a day doesn't go by when I don't wake up and my lift session is the first thing on my mind. A week doesn't go by where every Sunday I'm not looking at, okay, what's my training like for the week? It's second nature, just like drinking water, going to bed, going to the gym. Like that's what it is. You got to get in that routine. You got to get in that habit of putting in work so that you get used to it. You get used to it, then you start liking it, then you start loving it. Then a day goes by, you don't even want to not go to the gym. You be wanting
definitely.
to go to the gym 7 days a week, but you shouldn't. You need rest days in there, but you be wanting to go 7 days a week, doing every lift that you want to do. but you know you're gonna feel like shit the next day if you do too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about getting in the habit, just like anything else. When it come to reading books, when it come to getting in the habit of drinking water, getting in the habit of eating right, getting in the habit of going to the gym is the same way. But
I like what you said. I like what you said about you gotta love it. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people call me a hard or they say this, that, and the other, but I'm like, yo, I love it. Like I don't really care about the toll on my body, this, that, and the other, because I love it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've been doing this, playing football, working out since I've been in middle school. You feel what I'm saying? Like you said, so it's a routine for me now. It's second nature. You feel me? Now that I'm at school, I've been going easier with the training and stuff like that, recreationally. But when I be working out with the team, I be going 200%. You know what I'm saying? And it's smooth too, because like when you, Chris, I'm sure you can relate to this too, bro. It's like when you played back in the day, it's like when you first report for camp or you first report for something, you can tell who's been working and who hasn't. You feel what I'm saying?
always.
Like our coaches, I play corner, so they made us backpedal and 200 yards down and back. So like down, back, like I'm up and down the field like 8 times. You know what I'm saying? Because our coach did that first practice right off rip to see who's been working and who hasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that they've been trying to test us like that. Like we've been doing a lot of conditioning, a lot of stuff like that, because they're trying to weed out the bums, when weed out who's been working and who hasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's good too, because like all the work I put in back then, I can see it translate. You know what I'm saying? So now I love it like even more than I did before, because it's like, all right, like I was built for this. I was bred for this. So when you work out too, the last mental aspect I want to touch on is it builds confidence. And we didn't even touch on that. Maybe we will later, but it builds confidence, because when you know you're working, you know you're doing some, you know, you throw on a tight shirt and you're looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like you just walk different. You just put out a different aura. You put out a different energy. You feel me?
Yeah, we definitely gonna touch on that later on, because we're gonna talk about body game. But
Definitely.
real quick, Paul, he asked a real interesting question that a lot of people ask. He said, working out fasted versus working out with a meal and you, what side y'all on? So what you got to say about that?
It depends what you're trying to do. In the mornings, if you trying to not cut body fat, but if you're trying to I mean, yeah, I guess cut body fat in the morning, work out and do cardio. But I would never ever in a million years go to the gym trying to max out on an empty stomach. You feel what I'm saying? Never in a million years would I do that. Even if I gotta stop in between class, like before I go to lift. Like literally I had about a half hour to get from my dorm to the top of the hill to the bottom of campus. And I knew we was maxing out verticals and we was gonna go heavy on squat. So I literally ran back to my room after class, grabbed the protein bar and a handful of fruit, bust that down on my way down the lift. And even though like I did not feel sluggish, but I still could feel the food in my stomach before lift, that was the fuel that I used to body that out. So I would never ever go work out heavy on an empty stomach. But if you want to do fasted cardio, yes, I did do fasted cardio in the morning. And then you go eat, just because it's a good jump start to your day and it gives you that energy. But as far as working out heavy, I personally would never work out heavy on an empty stomach, but that's just me.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. You know, when it comes to fasted cardio, I love fasted cardio. You know, when I have cardio in my routines, I'm about to start putting cardio back in my routines around March. I do that first thing in the morning. I'm talking 5, 6 in the morning, just water in my system, no food. That's when I notice the best fat loss for me. You know, some people don't like
Me too.
fasted cardio. I love it though. For me, burning fat, that's like the best. But I would never, ever walk in a weight room with no food in my stomach, ever. I would
Yeah,
never do that,
yeah.
because I need to load up on carbs and I need to load up on protein before I walk in that gym. Now, in the summertime, when I'm working out at the football field, like half of the week, doing a lot of sprints, plyometrics, a lot of running, I'll do that fasted, you know, because it's still cardio, even though it is high intensity, it's still cardio. So it's not going to hit you as hard when you're trying to lift. And in the middle of a lift session, you start blacking out. It's like, it's not going to be like that when you running sprints or doing jumps or something like that. But that's just me, you know, the whole fasted training thing. Some people love
It's
it.
all
Some
preference.
people hate it. You know, yeah. Like, so you just really got to experiment with what you like doing.
And
You
one
know what I'm
thing
saying?
too is, because as y'all know, I'm vegan, so I'm big on like you are what you eat, and what you eat will translate out to you. And I started eating a little bit of fruit and a little bit of like some greens and shit before my practices and before my lift. So in the morning on my lift days, and practice days, I'll always have like a bowl of fruit, because I got the fruit in my fridge, right? Because I'm a firm believer that when you eat plants and when you eat energy and when you eat things that are alive, that is how you're going to feel. So eating that fruit and drinking that water, and when you drink water too, right off rip, I believe in the first 15 minutes of you when you wake up, it alkalizes your body, or how it alkalines your body, however you say it. And so it gives you that energy, and then you go eat some fruit, and that could be a jump start to your day. Because what I would consider like fasted cardio is obviously not eating anything, just drinking water in your system. But if you're gonna go get a lift in, gonna do that, maybe if you want to go right in the middle, have a handful of fruit. Because I don't really consider fruit like a full meal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't consider fruit a protein or a carb. I would just consider it like food. You feel what I'm saying? Like a little snack. So if you want to go that route to give you a little bit of energy, then maybe have some fruit. But I would never walk in the gym totally fasted trying to go max out and put up numbers. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and since you brought up being a vegan, I guess we could talk about diet for a little bit. What made you want to be a vegan?
On the real, I just needed a lifestyle change, bro. Like, I was a weed head, I was alcoholic, I was all the things, all of the above, sex addict. When I was at my old school, trapping, all that. So then when one day everything just hit me, and I'm like, you know what, I need a whole lifestyle change. So I'm gonna cut out meat, I'm gonna cut out dairy, I'm gonna go all plants, and I'm gonna get right. Because we talked about this too before countless times, Chris. But some of the chicken, if y'all aren't eating high quality chicken, high quality meat, they pump it with estrogen. Because most of y'all most of us eat female chicken because that's what they sell us. So when they pump it with estrogen, it gets bigger. So normal chicken breast is only supposed to be this big, but they sell them to y'all like bigger than this pen. You feel what I'm saying? So all that's not natural. It's all GMO. It's GMO meat, and GMO is genetically modified. So it's not even real. You feel what I'm saying? So that really kind of creeped me out, because the more estrogen you consume as men, the less testosterone we have, because it's basically a sliding scale. So the less testosterone you have, the more estrogen, and vice versa. So the more estrogen you consume, it's going to kill your natural testosterone. And me, right now, I'm about 9% body fat. Last year, at around this time, I was like 15, 16. And what I did was I just cut out meat, cut out dairy, cut out all the garbage, and just ate straight plants, drank a gallon of water, rice, beans, greens, and I just got lean and got shredded out of nowhere. So I'm a firm believer in, like, you are what you eat, and how you eat is how you finna feel. You feel what I'm saying? So when I went vegan too, it just raised my natural testosterone by probably, I would not 200%, but I feel like it upped my shit by 200%, because all that meat and all that processed garbage I was eating was killing my normal testosterone. So you feel what I'm saying? My beard was all patchy and stuff like that. So I just cut out all the garbage and just went straight to the source, bro. Started eating plants, whatever. And then I just got right. So I'm a firm believer in that,
Yeah, I feel that. I like that too, because a lot of people, when they ask me for nutrition advice, the first thing they ask is, what do you think about being a vegan? Or like when people first try to, make changes to their nutrition, the first thing they go to is being a vegan. I'm gonna cut out all of this. I'm gonna cut out this, and this. And the thing with me is, every diet will work if you coming from bad eating habits. That's the first thing to understand. It don't matter what diet you do. If you go from bad eating habits to clean eating habits, you're going to lose weight. You're going to feel better. So that's number one. And number two is, I feel like people should just think more of eating what they like, what they want to eat, what they feel the best while eating. Avoid the things they don't want to eat. Like you said, you got creeped out when you found out about all the GMOs and stuff. That's perfectly fine. You got a reason why you don't eat meat. For me, some weeks I might just do a vegetarian week. Some weeks I might do a vegan week. Some weeks I do eat meat. Like this week I bought I had a rotisserie chicken that I cut up earlier in the week, and I've been eating that throughout the week.
Stuff's gas.
Next week I probably won't eat no meat. It depends on how I feel. But when I eat meat, I don't feel like it slows me down. I don't feel any different than when I don't eat meat. I feel exactly the same. For me, a lot of the difference is really in the vegetables I eat. When I eat too many vegetables, when I eat too many things like beans, really like a vegan diet, for me, all the fiber is my stomach don't deal with the fiber well, because I eat a lot of calories. I like eating upwards of 4,000 calories a day. On a vegan diet, that's a lot of food, and it's a lot of fiber, a lot of vegetables, and it's hard, bro. So as long as I'm eating clean foods, I'm eating clean foods. That's all I go by. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you.
Yeah.
like I want to continue off that how you feel, because I'm the total opposite. Like I went and had salmon because I flew home for Super Bowl, so I had some salmon with my family last week. And salmon isn't, I mean, I consider fish not a meat, but it's an animal product. So I ate it. I had salmon and some grilled shrimp, and I felt sluggish after. You feel what I'm saying? But if I went and had my tofu and my greens like I usually do, I'd be feeling energetic. Like, all right, let's go get this money. You know what I'm saying? So it's all how you feel. And another thing too is like when, like I said, when you eat stuff that's alive, that's like energy that you're receiving. You feel what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you feel, because some people, they call me crazy because all I eat is greens and rice and all that boring stuff. But I feel good, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel light, I feel energetic, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I mean, like you said, bro, it's all how you feel.
Yeah. And that's another thing with the meat is that's one reason why I don't eat meat all the time is because when I do eat meat, I want the highest quality I can. Because I also believe in that the energy you consume, so if you eat poor quality meat product, that means they was fearful, scared, with a lot of anxiety and depression when they was in the farms about to get killed. So now you eating all that negative energy. But when I buy meat, I try to buy the most quality, so it costs a lot of money. So I can't just eat hella meat all week, every week, you know what I'm saying? Because I just can't
Yeah,
afford to eat like that, but I believe in the same thing. And I definitely noticed the difference. Like I shop at this place called Fresh Time, and it's kind of like Trader Joe's. You know what Trader Joe's is,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
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 it's
yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like Trader Joe's, a little bit smaller. And they do a lot of organic, a lot of, very fresh produce and meats and things like that. So the rotisserie chickens from there seem hella small because they organic, they were
They're
raised,
not GMO, yeah.
right. They not GMO. So you get a regular one from there, it's like this big. But if you go somewhere like
Stop and
Walmart,
shop.
yeah, or something like that, it's
Something like that.
huge. It's like you really
Yeah,
notice the difference when you spend that extra money for the quality, and you
it's
notice the
true.
difference when you eat it too. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that investment too is good, because a lot of people say, "Oh, isn't vegan expensive? Isn't tofu expensive?" To me, this, that, and the other. I'm like, I'll put that investment down in my body, because my body is my Ferrari. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll invest that extra money into the high quality stuff like that, rather than go eat Walmart chicken every day and then you feel like trash. Because one thing I do want to touch on, like you said, is like the energy transfer. So like I said, like before my lifts, I still consider eating fruit before a workout, fasted cardio, and they're probably like, oh, well, you eat the fruit, whatever. But like, it's just so little and it's so light. I don't even consider that a protein or consider that any type of big sustenance. Like you can't overconsume on fruit if you're gonna go work out. You feel what I'm saying? Like nobody would ever sit there and just pound down a whole bag of grapes and then go work out. That's ludicrous. You know what I'm trying to say? Like just have a little handful just to give you that energy. You know what I'm saying? So like before lifts and stuff like that, even right in the morning, like while I drink my water, I always have a little bit of handful of fruits, blueberries, pineapple, grapes, whatever's in my fridge. Just because that is good energy that's going to get me through the day. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's alive. So that's another thing too, is when you vegan, you feel alive because you're eating all plants, like you straight from the source. And that's another thing too I want to touch on is like what are the animals that y'all eat? What do they all consume? Plants. You feel me? So what I consider my logic is, why not just skip over the animal phase sometimes and go straight to the source and get you some plants. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're gonna feel good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember one of my boys, he was hard on the meat. And then I was like, hey, bro, like eat spinach with me for a day. And he ate spinach and he's like, yo, it's gas. You feel what I'm saying? That was in the summer too. We was going to the beach and stuff. So like what I always tell people is like, don't knock it before you try it. You know what I'm saying? Like you might call me crazy, but I'm like, yo, what do the animals eat that y'all eat? What do they eat to get their protein? Plants. So why not skip over that animal phase for sometimes and go straight to the source? You feel me?
Yeah, and I always tell people to show people how much I think it's important to invest in your body with like fresh produce, a lot of vegetables and things like that, is because I eat vegetables every day, a lot of them, and I hate vegetables. I hate vegetables. Like people say I'm childish. They be like, "Why
It's an
you
acquired
sound like
taste.
a kid?" But it's like I can't help it, bro. I hate all vegetables, and I always have. I probably always will. But I eat them every day because that's how important I recognize the value that I get from eating vegetables is. Even though I hate them, I eat them. That's the first thing I eat. every morning, around 10 a.m. is always spinach, and usually I'll switch to other vegetables. So I'll do half a bag of spinach. This week I've been doing collard greens, like on some random shit. So I've been doing spinach and collard greens all week. Hate collard greens, hate spinach.
I
Every
like them.
morning though, every morning
Hell
though,
yeah,
it's you feel the difference. Literally, you
you
feel
do.
the energy when
And
you eating it. You know what I'm
Space
saying?
Cowboy asked a really good question. He said, "So, what does your vegan diet consist of?" I can give you my whole breakdown right now. So, in the morning for breakfast, right, depending on what I do, I have fruits for breakfast. Any kind of fruit, you name it. Watermelon. Watermelon's good for you. Got a lot of citrulline in it, so it helps your blood flow. I'm not gonna get into all the chemical compounds of fruit, but I eat a lot of fruit for breakfast. Oatmeal. Peanut butter too is an easy source of protein. You know what I'm saying? I get like the organic stuff. So that's what I'll eat for breakfast, just really fruit and oatmeal. You feel me? And then I have like these vegan protein bars and like vegan cookies, whatever. So then I'll have that for breakfast. And I don't really eat a lot. I only eat 2-3 times a day. And I weigh 190. You feel what I'm saying? So I need to kind of eat more because you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I have that for breakfast, and then for lunch, sometimes I don't even eat lunch. But if I were to eat lunch, and dinner, basically I kind of eat a later lunch, early dinner. So I'll have I do take creatine too. As a vegan, you want to get supplemental creatine that you can put in your water, just because we don't really eat a lot of meat. So you need to have some type of creatine in you, in my opinion. But anyway, I have tofu, which is a good source of protein, but you don't want to have a lot of tofu just because like soy and stuff isn't really that good for you. So I go tofu, greens, spinach, edamame. I use spinach, garlic, and onion, and a little bit of lime juice, and like mix it all together. It kind of helps get rid of that like spinachy taste, if that makes sense. You feel me? Um, Rice. I eat a lot of rice, a lot of beans. Edamame is good. Edamame is really, really good because it has, I think, 10 or 11 grams of protein per serving. So it's like three
Yeah,
quarters of a cup has 11 grams of protein. So you get 3 scoops of that and you put that in your dinner. That's 33 grams of protein right off the rip. You feel what I'm saying? You can have that twice a day. That's 66 grams of protein. You feel me? Mix that with some rice and bust that down, and you got yourself a solid meal. You feel me? So I don't eat a lot, like a wide variety of foods, but mainly greens, tofu, asparagus, beans, and rice. That's really my main source of protein. And then oats. I do oat milk, almond milk. I usually mix them up in my fridge. I got six containers, 3 oat, three almond, and that's really it. You feel what I'm saying? I have a
yeah,
vegan cereal too, which is 12 grams of protein. It's just all plant protein. It's like flax seed and like some other stuff like that. It tastes terrible, but you feel what I'm saying? But I put some blueberries in that and just bust it down because that's what I need to do. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes between oatmeal and the vegan cereal, I'll switch that out for breakfast because I get bored of oatmeal pretty quick. I'm sure we all do. So that's really it. I don't need a wide variety of foods. A lot of people call me very picky, which I am, but that's just what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. When it come to diet, man, when I find what works, I stick to it every day, like for months on end. People be like, "How do you eat the same thing every day? Like, don't you get tired of that? Don't you switch things up?" I'm like, "Hell no," because it's like when you really train, or I'll just speak for myself. When I really train, I don't look at food as something to eat because it tastes good. I'm looking
You
at
look at it
food
as fuel.
as a fuel source. So I'm not thinking about how it tastes. I'm not thinking about how long I'm eating this. I'm not thinking about all of that. All I'm thinking is how many carbs, proteins, fats, and what kind of micronutrients am I about to get from these fruits and vegetables. You feel what I'm saying? For my diet,
Exactly.
first thing I eat every morning is more like 5 servings of vegetables, but two types of vegetables. So I'll do about half a bag of spinach and then something else. Like I said, this week I'm doing collard greens. Then while I'm eating that, I'm cooking 5 eggs. 5 eggs. I like to fry my eggs hard. I know a lot of people got a lot to say about eggs. I've been eating 5 eggs a day for like 5 years. So,
That's
you
just
know,
good. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know. Yeah, I love eggs. I eat eggs every morning, 5 eggs. And then I eat 2 servings of oatmeal with like some chocolate almond milk, usually, and some honey and peanut butter in there, a little bit of protein powder for some extra flavor. Smash that down. A couple hours later, I do a avocado on whole grain toast. That should be banging with some salt and pepper on top of that
Hell
mug.
yeah.
That joint
Hell
tastes
yeah.
good. And then right before I go to the gym, I'll do a banana and an apple. I'm talking like 30 minutes before. and then bang that out. As soon as I get to the crib, protein shake, 2 scoops of protein, some more chocolate almond milk, a serving of chia seeds, honey, peanut butter, and another serving of oats, 40 grams of oats. Bang that down. Take a shower. I put my sweet potato, boil it on the stove, boil that for about 30 minutes while I'm in the shower. Whole sweet potato. Then 2 servings of rice and a serving of chicken or a serving of beef or a serving of fish, whatever meat or fish I'm doing that week, if I'm doing any. And then I finish the whole night off with what do I usually do at night? Another fruit. So like I'll do pineapple or blueberries or any of that, oranges, whatever the case. So I eat a lot of food, but I eat like that every single day. You know what I'm
Bust
saying?
down. That's bust
Yeah.
down. And another thing too, it totally brushed over my mind. I got a bag of avocados right there. When you said that, I looked and I got the avocados and the vegan protein powder right on my thing. But vegan protein powder is mad expensive. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to invest that bread, you know what I'm saying? You got to really want to invest that bread. But I got the vegan protein powder right there. I got 100 servings, over 100 beans. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So I dropped that on the protein. But honestly, I kind of regret doing it. I would go back to whey. So after I finish that vegan protein powder, I'm going to go back to whey just because I don't want to put that money down. So if I were to go back to whey, that's only dairy I would be consuming. And then in my fridge too, I got there's another yogurt too. It's almond milk and coconut milk yogurt. Each one I switch off day by day. I got them in my fridge too. Vanilla and chocolate. The coconut vanilla is mad good, made with coconut milk, and then the chocolate almond milk too. So I can I usually sometimes in the morning, if I gotta go to class real quick, I put a scoop of blueberries and a scoop of protein powder and mix that in with the vegan yogurt. You feel what I'm saying? So it's got the protein. Yogurt is mad good on carbs too. Even the almond milk and coconut milk yogurt is mad good on carbs. It's got like 35 grams of carbs per container. So that's pretty good. You feel what I'm saying? So mix that. Sometimes I'll mix the yogurt with the cereal, make myself a little parfait with the fruit, because that vegan cereal too, and the protein scoop, that's like 40 grams of protein right there just for breakfast. You feel what I'm saying? So when people say vegans don't get protein, it's a myth, because I forgot about them yogurts too. Them are key in there, because I got like 30 of them Johns. That's just gonna last me over a month. So usually what I'll do too is like before class, because I don't want to eat yogurt before I go to lift or practice. So I mix a scoop of the cereal. I don't really measure out how much cereal it is. I just kind of eyeball it. The scoop of the vegan protein powder, eat a little bit of the yogurt, put the fruit in it, and then mix it all together, and you got yourself a little parfait. That's 40 grams of protein right there. You feel me? Slight.
Yeah, that's a banger. But
Hell yeah.
we gonna move on to what I know everybody really here to listen to. In the title we talking about body game. So
Yeah,
we
that's
gonna
how
move
everybody
on
popped
to
in. You know what I'm saying?
talking about like the benefits that you get socially from having a body that tells everybody that you stay in the gym and you work out. Using the body game, how women respond, how other men respond, just how your social life is when you have a body that shows discipline, hard work, and consistency.
We can talk all day on that. You feel what I'm saying? That's why everybody came
Yeah.
in. Nobody really care about wanting to eat good or training
Hell
mentally.
no.
They
Hell no.
they only care about the bitches. You feel what I'm saying? But
That's
anyway,
facts.
I said this on, because Young Men's Daily Red Pill too. He interviewed me and we dropped a banger too. And we talked about, he asked me that same question too, and I really want to go in on that topic, and I'm going to make my own video on it too. Is that women, in my honest opinion, a lot of people might argue with me on this, but women are automatically more feminine to you if you look muscular. You feel what I'm saying? Because not that they're intimidated by you or that they're scared by you, but like in a way, because a lot of girls will tell me they're scared of me. You feel what I'm saying? Because they see the workout videos, they see this, that, and the other. But them are the same girls that I be dogging out, that say, "Oh my God, CG, I'm scared of you." You know what I'm saying? But because they're automatically more feminine to me. Even if there's a chick I don't know, she's automatically almost more feminine to me because I look good, because I'm bigger and I'm intimidating. Not even like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like in a good way, intimidating, not like being a you feel what I'm saying? And is that I feel like too, when you're hanging out with a chick, like most dudes aren't in the gym, most dudes aren't looking big. Like Chris, let's be real, bro. We probably like, with our builds and stuff like that, and with the other dudes on YouTube, we probably like the top 20%. I would consider us to be like the top 20%, because we're not making the 6-8 figures a year, but we still look good. We still in the gym. Like for where we're at right now in our general locations, I would consider us like the top 15-20%. Would you agree? as far as working out and like being in college and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
when it comes to fitness, definitely, because
Yeah,
the average person isn't in shape. At least in America, the average person
exactly.
is damn near overweight. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I tell dudes all the time, if you want to get one leg up automatically, without having to spend a lot of money or, you know, uh, doing a lot of things, gathering resources, the first
Just
step
get
you
in the
could
gym.
do to just leveling up is getting in shape. That could get the ball rolling. You get in shape and then you can start working on your finances and start working on your resources and start working on everything else. But, you could really set that foundation by just getting in the gym, getting in shape. Because when you
Exactly.
in shape, you already gonna stand out and be abnormal to what's normal out in the streets every day. You already gonna be above
It's true.
average in one sector of life. So if you above average here, that can give you a little bit more confidence to say, all right, now I'm about to be above average here and then here and then here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? See, I definitely agree when you said uh we above average. You know what I'm
And
saying?
another thing too is like when you work out, like you on your shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like you in the gym, you look right. You can throw on a tight V-neck and a tight chain, and you're gonna go out and you're gonna pull. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you work out and you're on your shit, you walk different, you talk different, your aura is different, your swag is different. So you walk into a room and automatically turn heads. You feel what I'm saying? Because you just look different and stand out. Then on top of that, everybody else knows you stand out. So they're gonna look at you even more. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of chicks too, like they'll say they like the dad bod, but then they get around a dude that's built and they feel on my arms and my shoulders through my hoodie and stuff like that. So like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know why chicks say that about the dad bod. I was actually gonna make a video on it and do some research on it. But yeah, you just stand out and chicks are gonna act different towards you. They're gonna look different towards you because too, being physically imposing, if you will, is it's almost like not a sign of power, but like you take care of yourself and people can tell you take care of yourself because to have a good looking body, to have the veins, to have the muscles, um requires hard work and sacrifice, like we just talked about the whole hour before this. You feel what I'm saying? So um when you have that, people know that off the rip. You feel what I'm saying? They might not give you credit for it, but deep down they know, all right, he looks like this, he needs to eat clean, he needs to drink his water, his skin's looking good, so he a good looking dude, so he takes care of himself. So chicks are going to look at that and think, all right, he takes care of himself. And deep down in like a chick's subconscious, she thinks, all right, if he can take care of himself, he can take care of me. You feel what I'm saying? So it all kind of goes together. You feel me? If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
and back to when you said women tend to be more feminine around you, I wholeheartedly agree with that too. Just because it's biological. When you in shape, when you healthy, when you look muscular, when you look like you could pick some shit up, they automatically gonna look at you and say, okay, I could probably be safer around him than some other average dude. And that
Yeah,
feeling of safeness, she's gonna feel a little bit more comfortable being a little bit more vulnerable around you. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't have
yeah,
to. It's not even something that's on the front of her mind. It's in the back. It's subconscious.
yeah.
It's just seeing you or seeing me. It's like, damn, he look like if some dude tried to run up on us, he might be able to fight him, pick him up, slam him, do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's
Subdue
actually
him
smooth you said that.
because he looks strong. So it's a psychological aspect dating back to our natural biology. When you look more imposing, when you look more powerful, when you have more of that masculine build, she can feel safer around you.
That's actually smooth you said that because last night I was up in Syracuse and we was driving through kind of one of the ghettos near campus, and I was with this chick. She went and picked me up from school, and she was like, "Oh, if anything happens, I'm gonna need you to hop out." And like we're laughing and shit, but like deep down, like she knows I look like I can kick ass. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, she's safe around me. You know what I'm saying? Which is good too. And another thing too is like when I said that earlier too, because I don't want people twisting my words saying, "Oh, he said he's intimidating this, that, and the other." But like what I mean, bro, is that like when you walk into a room and you look physically imposing, chicks are gonna say they're intimidated by you, but in reality they're not. Like they'll say, "Oh, I'm scared of him," but like I'm scared of him deep down means I feel like he looks like he could dog me out. You feel what I'm saying? He looks like he can protect me and do all of the above. You feel what I'm saying? So when I say that they're intimidated by you, I mean you're physically imposing because you look alpha. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only way I know how to word it. I hate to bring that terminology over here, but like, cause I hate really using them. I'm trying to shy away from the alpha beta terminology. But when you in the gym, when you look good, like back to our primal days, like you look like an alpha. You feel what I'm saying? So chicks will say they're intimidated by you, but in the back of their mind, they're attracted to you. They feel safe and all the above. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like they know that you could be dangerous, like you could do some
Yeah,
damage. It's like when you
yeah,
see a big ass dog, but it's well trained. It's like you intimidated by him, but you're not scared of him. It's just that you
yeah,
know, like if he wanted to, he could probably eat you. But you know he probably
yeah.
won't. It's just if he wanted to. You know, it's that controlled aggression that you have when you look like you could do some damage, you know, because it's a quote. I don't know the quote verbatim, but to paraphrase, it just basically says the most dangerous men are the men who are harmless. You know, and that's because when the dude is harmless, he's very insecure all the time. So eventually them dudes tend to snap, you know, and they tend to do really crazy things where if you are some dude who can potentially be dangerous, you know how to fight, or you know how to use a firearm, or you a strong dude, you know how to defend yourself, you know how to defend your lady if you got one, you're more likely to properly use that, you know, those defense mechanisms, properly use that aggression, and less likely to use it because you're more secure in yourself. You can be dangerous, so you can choose when to not be dangerous, but when you harmless, you don't got no choice. So then eventually
Facts.
it's like fuck this, I'm about to be dangerous to these niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. And another thing too that we didn't even touch on is that chicks, they look at you in almost admiration. You feel what I'm saying? Because we can kind of bring it back to what I said, that when you look like you take care of yourself, it's the energy put out. Other people will naturally be drawn to it, because when you look like you take care of yourself and you are taking care of yourself and you bring out that natural glow and that natural confidence, other people will treat you as such. Because I'm a firm believer in you are what you manifest, you are what you think, and you are what you consume. So if all you think is I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm insecure, I'm this, that, and the other people are going to treat you as such. But if you treat yourself as, okay, I love myself, I take care of myself, I look good, I feel good, other people will treat you as such. Because if you look good and you know you look good, you feel good. You feel me? So chicks will look at you, and because they already know, that they already can tell, like we talked about earlier, you, by looking like this, you look like you take care of yourself, you look like you eat well, you look like you drink your water. So it's almost admiration from them in a sense. So they'll not be even more feminine to you, but that'll be in the back of their mind, and they'll talk about it with their friends and say, "Well, I wonder what he eats. I wonder what workouts he does. Like, let's go look at his Instagram, this, that, and the other." Because it's almost admiration. Like, there's a lot of chicks that talk to me and they say, "How do you have your abs like that? How do you have that vein in your shoulder? How do you? Oh my God, look at the veins in your arms. Like, how do you do that?" You feel what I'm saying? So it's almost admiration in a sense. So they'll respect you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't, even if you aren't getting with them, even if you don't know them, they'll look at you out of the corner of your eye and be like, all right, I can respect this dude. He looks respectable. You feel me?
Yeah. So we got a good question from Jaquan Smith. He said, once you get that type of body, how do you carry it? Like, what are some changes as far as mindset and demeanor that comes with having a muscular
I
defined
like
body?
that. I like that. Chris, you take that off first, because I've been
All
talking
right.
a
So
lot.
for me personally, it's not that big of a, well, let me start off with saying this, right? I've never been skinny, and I've never been really fat. You know, I've always played sports. I was always athletic. So I don't really know what it's like to come from having a really skinny body or a really fat body and then getting muscular and defined. Like, I've been chubby, I've been husky, but I was always an athlete. So I don't think about it as much because I don't feel that much different. I just look different. But I'm doing the same things I've been doing since I was 12, 13. You know, so with me, I don't think about it as much. You know, I know I look good because I know I work hard for it every day, but it's not something that I'm thinking about all the time. But, you know, it would be foolish of me to sit here and say, you know, sometimes I don't take advantage of the body I have and show it off. Sometimes, you know,
As
when
you
you
should.
going out on Friday night, Saturday night, you put you on a fitted shirt, you know, some pants that fit, not tight, but you know, some pants that fit or sculpt to your body, and you show off the hard work that you put in, you know, with some nice clothes. You know, when you just carry yourself like a normal human being, you know, it's because you already got an exterior that speaks loudly without saying anything because you look muscular, you look big, you stand out. So you could just be chill, laid back. You know, I'm a chill, laid back dude. So it's like I don't think about it that much. I let my body do the talking. And then when it comes
As
time to really talk, I just
as
use
you
my mouth to
should. If you
talk.
got
Yeah.
if you got it, flaunt it. You feel what I'm saying? I can talk.
Yeah.
I can answer that question too. But y'all probably see my fitness videos. I wear the short shorts. I wear the rugby style shorts. I it's in football. It's a big football player thing. We all crop our jerseys, so I'll be walking around with the crop top jersey, whatever. So if you want to say it like that, yeah, I do have fun with it, and I do show off the hard work. But some changes as far as mindset and demeanor that comes with it, I really already touched on that, but I want to touch on a little more. Is that you just carry yourself different, bro? Like you carry yourself with like a natural glow. Like your posture just naturally improves. You just naturally feel like, all right, I can put on this shirt and I go looking good, because that mindset, I already talked about it, but that mindset of like you going in the gym and you being more aesthetically pleasing, bigger, stronger than the average dude, your mindset is gonna get more confident naturally, because you know you're on your shit. You know you're taking care of yourself. You know you look good. You know, like you know you're on your shit. You know you putting up numbers in the gym. So that's gonna give you natural confidence. You feel what I'm saying? Not arrogance. There's a difference between arrogance and confidence. But it's gonna give you like natural confidence. So with that, it's gonna change your mindset, because you know you're gonna be on your shit. So you're naturally gonna act more confident, and then your demeanor is gonna change too, because like I said, you know you're working. You know you're working for something. You know you're working for a goal. You know you're taking care of yourself. So you're naturally just going to be more confident and put out that glow. So then other people will look at you with that same admiration. You feel what I'm saying? And other people will look at you with that same amount of respect. Like I use this example a lot. So let's say I'm in the gym, right? And there's a dude look bigger than me, same muscular size as me, whatever, right? And let's say I looked horrible. I looked like I didn't take care of myself. I looked like whatever. And I'm in the gym, bad posture, sitting there like this on a machine, right? And I'm done and I get off of it, and the dude comes over to me and he just sits on the machine because he knows he's bigger than me. He just big dicked me. But me looking respectable, me looking good, looking muscular, if I get up from a machine, a dude will chase me down and say, hey bro, hey playboy, are you done with that machine? Can I use it? Because that's just a natural respect that your body commands. You feel what I'm saying? So you're going to command more respect from other people. And I'm a firm believer that when you out somewhere, women naturally gravitate to the male in the room who commands the most respect. So with that muscular body, it gives you a leg up, if that makes sense. You feel me?
Yeah. And just a quick intermission. Lately, since I've shaved my head, I've been seeing a lot of people saying they thought I had waves, or they that I must have been just wearing a do-rag and been bald. No, I had waves. I was a waver. I've been waving. I was waving for about 5 or 6 years. You know, I just shaved all my hair off about I say 5 weeks ago. I've been rocking the baldy, but I definitely had waves, and I didn't have no receding hairline. Yeah, as you see, my hairline is still in the same spot. I wasn't balding. I got tired of having the hair, and I was like, I'm gonna just cut it. So for anybody wondering, yes, I had waves. I wasn't just wearing a do-rag and being bald. I just decided to cut my hair off. So anyways, back to the regularly scheduled program. You definitely right when you said ladies tend to be drawn to the dude who commands the most respect in the room. You know, so that's definitely a big fact. You know, so when you walk in the room and the dudes come to you, you know, the dudes are flocking to you. They saying, "What's up, bro? What's up, bro?" It's like everybody know you, everybody respect you. They gonna be looking at you like who is he? Why do everybody know him? Why are all these dudes walking up to him like they know him or something? And they gonna get curious, and they gonna want to know who you are. You know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
give you hell yeah.
Yeah,
Now
that's
what we
something.
gonna say, bro? Finish up.
I was gonna say that's something that you carry even when you're not around a lot of people. You know, when you
It's true.
command respect whether when you walking into a room of 100 people or whether you walking around with nobody around. You know, you still gonna carry the same respect, and they still gonna feel it when you walking around. What you got to say?
Oh, I was gonna say that I can give you a perfect example of this. I was at a party in Massachusetts, in one of the rich parts of Mass, and I was with all white kids. Not that that's a problem, but usually like when you're a black dude and you go to the parties like and you around white kids in a rich mansion, you kind of feel out of place. But because I look good, these white kids was coming up to me, because you could tell some of them was in the gym too. One kid had the same type of mohawk haircut I have, and he's a lacrosse player with the bleached hair, whatever. And he comes up to me and he's feeling on my biceps all drunk and shit, saying, "Hey, bro, like you look good. We got the same haircut, like this, that, and the other." Because my demeanor just commands respect. So regardless of skin color, regardless of whatever, people are naturally going to respect you, even though we don't have that much in common. This dude's a rich lacrosse player living in a mansion, but because my build commands respect, him and all his boys, all his buddies came over to me. They dapped me up. They was feeling on my biceps because I went there with this chick and one of my other boys, so I didn't even really know nobody there. And then other girls from the party started coming up to me, asking about me. Where do I go to school? Do I play a sport? I look like an athlete. I think that's one of the best compliments you can receive is you look like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so they all come up to me and they're asking questions. And I feel like you said, bro, that really good point you brought up is it all comes back to the build because I look like I take care of myself and I command and respect. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know any of them dudes. Now I made some good friends. You feel what I'm saying? Now if I want to go have a drink when I'm in Boston or when I'm home, I can go do that now just because I met them dudes and was able to network and stuff like that. Now, first, I'm going to be honest, I felt out of place. You know what I'm saying? But then them dudes welcomed me because like the build just commanded respect. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got other dudes coming over to you feeling on your bicep, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's a good feeling, you know what I'm
saying? Space Cowboy, I'm gonna remember your question because it's a good question, but we'll answer it in a few. You know, we'll just keep talking about this body game because we having a real good flow right now. So I'll remember your question for later. But yeah,
that's a good question too.
Like you said, a lot of dudes respond in a positive way as well, just like you brought up. You know, it's not just, women aren't the only ones who respond well to a good body build. Other men will respect you more off the bat as well because they looking at you and they can recognize just as well as the woman can, oh, he respects himself. He put in a lot of work.
Other dudes even recognize even more because they're the same gender. They know the work it takes. But I feel like too is that there's a lot of dudes that hate on it. I get so many steroid accusations. I get so many steroid accusations too, just because I went from 0 to 100 so quick. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was still a D1 caliber athlete, but I didn't look aesthetically the way I do now. You feel what I'm saying? I was more like a running back build, more about 14 to 12% body fat. So I was still an athletic dude. I still had some type of abs showing, but now I got a straight washboard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to sound like that. I'm just stating the facts. I'm 9% body fat. I got veins, shoulder, quad, calf, V-line, and people say, yo, you on steroids, how you get so big so quick? Because in about, let's see, I went vegan last March, coming up on a year. So March, April, May. So in about 3 to 4 months, I dropped, let's see, hold on, 12. I dropped about 5-6% body fat and I got bigger. You feel what I'm saying? And I was already a bigger dude before. I was built like a running back, but now I'm built like just straight shredded. You feel what I'm saying? So people accuse you of steroids because everything went so I got so big so fast. Not big, I got so shredded so fast. So my body fat shredded. I got a little taller. My veins started popping. So people seen that and so quick. I'm already starting the comeback. So people are thinking, yo, there's no way he went from a broken back, went from being a little pudgy to all of a sudden he's shredded and he's squatting 525 in the gym. So a lot of people seen that so quick. They seen the transformation so quick is that they started accusing me of steroids. You feel what I'm saying? When in reality, I just went vegan and just broke it down to a science and started taking care of myself. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of people won't see that. So they'll accuse you of steroids because they know deep down that they're not putting in the work. So they try to downplay what another dude is doing. You feel me? And it's jealousy. Like when somebody says I'm on steroids, I'm like, all right, you probably never look like me in your life. So why you can say that all you want, but deep down, you know, you would love to have a body like me. You feel me? Yeah. Like you would kill to have a body like me.
I remember in high school, my nickname, it wasn't a popular nickname, but amongst, a group of my homies, my nickname was Roids. Cause I always been a strong ass dude. Like when I posted last week, them clips of me, like old lifting footage from when I was like 14 and 16 and 17, I always been strong. So in high school, dudes used to joke and, call me Roids. That was my nickname and it was funny. We used to laugh about it, but, dudes definitely hate, and sometimes it's much more passive aggressive. Like with me, a dude has never like accused me of steroids or overtly like says something negative about it, but they do it covertly. Like, let's say you walking in a group and you walking and people moving out of your way or something like that. And it'll be some dude that'll be like, oh, you think cause you big, you could just move me out the way type shit. And it's like, I mean, no, but if you insist, I mean, I could, I could pick you up and move you out the way if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. They was the ones moving out my way. I ain't moving nobody just cause I'm big. That don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It means something to you, not me. You know, you
Yeah.
telling on yourself when you say shit like that.
That's smooth, bro. I get straight up called out on Snapchat for having steroid accusations, and people think that when I snort smelling salts, I'm snorting coke and I'm snorting steroids and I'm drinking pre. They think my pre-workout has steroids in it and testosterone boosters and like all this crazy shit. Like, bro, you should hear some of the shit people say to me. Like, Chris, I don't even got you on Snap. I don't think, because I took a break from social media since I came back up to New York for school. But me and my boys, we was ripping smelling salts and stuff like that because I went a whole week where we just hit PR, shoulder press, front squat, back squat, clean, everything. So we was just smelling salt, body out the PR. And people were saying to me, yo, you're snorting steroids, you're snorting coke. I can't wait till you feel a NCAA drug test when you get back to school. Half these kids don't even know what a smelling salt pre-workout is, but they see me bigger than them and they just get mad because I put up numbers. Like people will say, oh, you're all for the camera. You're this, that, and the other. Like I get the hate thrown right in my face. You feel what I'm saying? Like, like it's bad. Like people will say, oh, like you doing it all for the camera. I'm like, I've been working out since a junior in high school. So I've been working out for like 5 years now. You feel what I'm, well, no, hold on. 4 years. You feel what I'm saying? So all that 4 years worth of work and the genetics that I've been gifted with allow me to go put up them numbers. But people won't see that and people won't acknowledge the work because they only see the tip of the iceberg. They only see the hype videos. They don't see the other 6 days in the week I was in there grinding to be able to put up those numbers. So people will just hate right off the rip because it's jealousy and enviness in a way. You feel what I'm saying? Because deep down, like we're men, bro. We love to go do men shit, grown man shit. We love to go work out. We love to exchange ideas. We love to go fishing. We love to watch cars crash and play hard sports. Most dudes, you feel what I'm saying? So when dudes see that and they know they can't be a part of it because they're not doing the work to be able to go to the gym to do this, that, and the other, they get mad and they get jealous. You feel me?
Yeah, like I tell dudes all the time, if I were to take some steroids or some growth hormone, I'll be big as hell and I'll be strong as hell, you know, because
Yeah.
like when I go back home, you know, visit the city, visit my mama and all that, and I go to the gym back in the city, that's when that was kind of the first time I ever seen dudes on steroids, you know, and a lot of regular dudes who are on steroids, they don't really know what they doing when it come to working out. That's why they took
They
steroids
stick out.
and
Yeah.
they still be big as hell. So it's like you can get big as hell on steroids and train like trash. And I train very well. So if I took some steroids, I'd be big as hell. I'd be deadlifting 800. I'd be squatting 600. I'd be benching 515. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if I did.
Like people see my squat because I'm a 5'9", 185, 190-pound defensive back. You feel what I'm saying? So when people see me benching 315, squatting 545, they get heated because they're like, yo, you're shorter than me and you're more shredded than you doing this, that, and the other one. It's just like, nah, bro, I just do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, but dudes don't understand that. So they just jump right to steroids because honestly, this is just sad reality of the world we live in, bro. So I feel like people would rather accuse you of something and downplay your success rather than say, hey, you know what, you a dog, hey, good job, hey, I see the work you've been putting in. People would rather hate on you and downplay your success rather than reach out the olive branch and shake your hand and say, hey, you know what, bro, like you a dog. Like that's why too is that being in the gym, it weeds out a certain type of people and a certain type of demographic that we didn't even touch on, that I want to talk about that too, and it just popped in my head, is that it weeds out a certain demographic of people because now all the dudes that I chill with, all the dudes that I work out with, all the dudes I chill with, I can go to the gym with them. I can go chop it up and we can talk just like this. But when I wasn't in the gym, when I was on my BS, I couldn't do that. So when you in the gym, it weeds out a certain demographic of people because you just naturally attract dudes that have the same interests as you. Like I go to the gym and when I'm not in my zone, I go and I have a fucking social hour some days. On my off days, I'll go stretch and do yoga for an hour. And I'll go not walk around like an idiot, but I'll go talk and crack some jokes with some of my boys because they all be doing the same thing every day. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get a lot of haters when you are on your shit, when you are working out, when you're doing this and the other. But it really don't matter because the people that you are going to attract are going to be dudes just like you that see the hard work, that see the clean diet, that see you in the gym, that they see you grinding every day. So they'll come up to you, hey, bro, like, let's get a workout and let's do this, that, and all that. So you're naturally going to attract better people and you're going to get rid of the people who are, in fact, jealous of you. You're going to weed out the people who are jealous of you, who are hating on you, who are jealous of the way you look. And you're going to attract dudes just like you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's actually funny because I don't have any friends who train on a regular basis, like at all.
For real.
And nope. Like I got friends who they'll start and then stop, start and then stop, or they'll come to the gym with me one time, say it was too much, and then never come again and stop going. Like for me, the funny thing with the whole working out is I know a lot more ladies who work out than dudes on a personal level. Like even like the past like 5 or 6 Saturdays, me and this lady who I talked to, we've been training like every Saturday afternoon because I made her a program over like the holiday break, sold her a program.
That's fire.
And then on Saturdays, we just get some work in. I got two lady friends who live in my same apartment building. I run into them in the gym on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? When I look on Instagram, all the girls I know, they work out way more than the dudes do.
That's fire.
So it's like when it come to
I,
dudes, I don't be knowing what's going on. Like,
I was gonna say too, that's a good point that I didn't even touch on either, is that the one of the keys to successful business is you need to market to a certain demographic. So I stopped trying to market to dudes with my Herbalife products and stopped trying to market with the fitness stuff because all I was drawing from the people I try to market to was jealousy, was hatred, was enviness, was this, that, and the other. So now I start marketing the girls, I start marketing the glowing skin, I start marketing my abs, I start marketing a heavy squat and a big butt. And now all these chicks are training with me. You feel what I'm saying? Because girls are in the gym way more than dudes, and it's sad because the girls want it more than y'all do. And I use that as one of my marketing slogans too on Snapchat. I say these girls want it more than y'all boys do, which is facts. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah, because my dad was the one who put me hip to that last year. I was talking to him about how, I'm gonna own my own gym and I want to be a coach and I'm gonna be selling programs and making programs along the way. And he was like, who do you market to? And I was like, mostly men. And he was like, why? And I was like, well, because I'm a man, so naturally I want to help the other men, right? And he was like, okay, that's good, but the money is with the women. And I'm like, what make you figure that? And he was like, well, first you got to think women spend a lot more money on their well-being than men do. Women, they like to pay for massages all the time and chiropractors and workout programs and trainers and all that. They spend a lot more money on their happiness and they just spend a lot more money, so they're much more willing to buy a program from you or pay for coaching from you, or just go to the gym with you. And women, they have the burden of having to look attractive. Like they have to look attractive, as attractive as they possibly can, because that's where a lot of their value comes from. When we don't know them and we could just look at a woman, our only value of that woman is the way she looked. So a lot of women have that burden of having to be attractive. So that's why a lot more women work out because they know, okay, I got to put in some work to either maintain the good body I was born with or build the body that I want that I wasn't born with. And I got to work towards it. And that's one thing
Exactly.
I really like about ladies is that
They're motivated.
when women want something, they'll work for it. Like when they really want something, they'll really put in the work for it. It don't matter how much it costs. It don't matter how much time they got to put into it. If they want a big booty or they want some big legs or they just want a nice fit body, they gonna work for it and they gonna figure out how to do it one way or another. Like dudes aren't always like that. And I think because we don't have as much of a burden to be physically attractive as women do. So a lot of dudes are just okay
They
with
don't care. Yeah.
looking kind of fat or looking kind of skinny, or they cool with just going to the gym for 2 months and then stopping. You know what I'm saying?
Because the dad body's the norm. The dad body's the norm. And it shouldn't be that way. And another thing too is that you can't motivate every dude, but you can give them a helping hand and you can start the process from, like, I'll give y'all a perfect example. My boy Justin, right? One of my best friends. Me and him do everything together. We're trying to start a business, whatever. And he ended up trying out for the lacrosse team at his school, Division II school. And he ended up making it. Like, he just was like, yo, fuck it. One day I'm going to try out. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how, but he made it. So he hit me up and I would try to bring him to the gym the whole summer. I would try to do this on the other form. And he ended up trying out in the fall. But last spring over the summer, I would try to bring him out to the gym with me. He'd be like, he came in one time. He's like, yo, bro, you're a psychopath. You drag it, whatever. So then all of a sudden he hits me up. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not going to force him to come to the gym with me. I'm not going to fucking drag him out of his crib to come to the gym with me. Right. So then one day he hits me up after he made the lacrosse team. He sat on it for a couple of months and he's like, yo, bro, he's like, I want to be a dog this season. He's like, yo, I want to come start. He's like, I made the team for a reason. I want to come start. Let me come to the gym with you. And he came to the gym with me every day that I went throughout winter break, and we got right. And it's crazy too, because he was like a bigger, chubbier white kid. And now I see him and he's slowly slimming down. He's becoming a dude, like he's becoming a dog. You feel what I'm saying? So it's dope seeing him when he first started training, and I recorded his progress, and you see him squatting 365 and he could barely do 225. You see him getting agile. You see his body fat. You see the veins coming in on his arms. You see his body fat going down. You see him being able to run with a lacrosse stick now and give a little stick and go. You feel what I'm saying? So it's dope, like seeing other dudes succeed. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we need more of as men. We need to sit here and exchange ideas and do this, that, and the other. But a lot of dudes don't want to do that. A lot of dudes are so ego driven, because as men, we are more ego driven. But a lot of dudes get their egos hurt when someone's bigger than them, when someone's doing better than them, when someone's making more money than them, when someone's in the gym putting up bigger numbers than them. So we should reach out like a helping hand, like Justin did. Hey, bro, what can we do to get right? Instead of being a fake friend and hating on me behind my back, saying, oh, CG's doing this, that, and the other. But instead, he extended the olive branch and he said, hey, bro, I want to come get right with you. Show me the way. Instead of hating on me. Not that he would, because he's my best friend, but you know what I'm trying to say. A lot of dudes get their egos hurt because I'm bigger than them, because Chris is bigger than them, because Chris is putting up bigger numbers than them. A lot of dudes get their egos hurt rather than asking for help. And you know, the dudes that do ask for help, they respect you and they command respect because they have the balls to go ask for help. So that commands more respect than from me, rather than somebody in the gym looking at me side eye because I can do a bigger squat than them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we got a good question from James, and we are gonna answer this one because it's going with the current theme, like the social aspects of health and fitness. So basically, he asked about, fat acceptance. Like, what are our thoughts on fat acceptance? So you
Makes
can
me
give your
sick.
take on fat acceptance first.
Makes me sick. Like, I seen that Cosmopolitan magazine, and there was some fat girl on the front of it, and I'm sorry, I'm about to tee up, and there was some fat girl on the front of it, and it said, this is the new norm, this is the new wave, whatever they're trying to advertise. Like, that's not sexy. Being fat is not sexy. I hate to break it to y'all, any women watching this, I hate to offend you, but being fat is not sexy. Even dudes with a dad bod, like, get in the gym, like, that's not sexy. Like, the society will try to push it on you because that's what the left is trying to push on us, that it's okay to do this, that, and the other. It's okay to not take care of yourself. It's okay to not be in the gym. It's okay to, yeah, I'm going to have to drop a video on this. I'm going to have to drop a banger on this, bro, because I be teeing. But, yeah, regardless, bro, is that, people, the left is trying to push that narrative on us where they want everyone to look different, but they want everyone to act the same, if that makes sense to you. So they want everybody to look all types of different ways, but they want us all to act the same. And really, that they'll think that they'll try to say that anything is okay just because they don't want to offend anybody. But really, that's not the way it should be. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but that's not sexy. That's not that's not at all attractive, even for dudes. Girls see a fat dude and they make fun of us. Girls see a dude out of shape and they'll sit there and make fun of him. Justin used to get made fun of all the time when he was a little pudgier in high school. So now all of a sudden, what makes it right for a woman to now say that she's sexy because she's fat and that she's entitled because she weighs 400 pounds? You feel what I'm saying? But that's the norm. That's what society will try to push on us, is that she's entitled because she's a woman, because she's 400 pounds, because she's this, that, and the other. When really that's not the way it should be, and that will never be that way, because you would never see a fat dude on a magazine and them saying it's healthy. Want to know why? Because it's a feminized society. It's a gynocentric society. So people will sit there and say that that's sexy, that that's okay, this, that, and the other, but they'll never do it for a dude. You feel me? They'll make fun of a fat dude. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen fat girls make fun of Justin. I hate the name drop, but I've seen fat girls make fun of him. So now all of a sudden, now that this shit's getting pushed, she's gonna feel like she's even more entitled than she was before. You feel me? Which makes me sick, and I'm actually gonna drop a video on that. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, fat acceptance. As an exercise science major, it shit makes me sick, just like you said. And I always make sure to tell Black women this all the time, because I want them to understand, if I didn't have love for you, I wouldn't say nothing. I would just be quiet. I'll just let you be fat and die, right? But because I got love for you, I'm not gonna let you sit around and think, oh, being fat is healthy. There's no health ramifications of being overweight and being obese. No, I'm not gonna let you sit around and think that, because if I did that, that would mean I didn't care about you. No, I'm gonna let you know this magazine is lying. Obesity is not healthy. Obesity is a disease, literally a disease, a pandemic that's been increasing in numbers exponentially over the past 2 decades. For whatever reason, there's no vaccine for obesity, but hey, go figure that one out. But being fat acceptance it's a way for people to justify bad decisions they've made and to continue living in those bad decisions, but in a happier way. It's a way of lying to themselves, rather than just putting in the work and losing the weight and feeling better. Like, for example, the singer Adele.
Yeah.
So when she I think she divorced her husband or something like that. Like last year, she divorced her husband, and soon as she divorced her husband, she lost a lot of weight. I don't know if she got liposuction or worked it off. I don't know, but she looked good, lost a lot of weight, and she was getting hate for it by like this fat acceptance community. Saying that, oh, you're
Yeah.
perpetuating the stigma that being thin is healthy and all of this. And it's like, okay, if you were fat once before and you lose a lot of weight, obviously she's going to be healthier. She's going to feel better about herself. Same thing happened to Lizzo. I remember like 4 months ago, Lizzo was on Instagram talking about a cleanse or something she was doing. And I put on my Instagram, shout out to Lizzo for trying to take care of her body. And she was getting a lot of hate for it, saying, I couldn't believe you would do this. I thought you were on our side. I thought fat was healthy. Why are you doing a cleanse? And I'm like, that's a lot of blind hatred for you to encourage somebody to do something that's destructive. That's like me telling an alcoholic, you can just keep drinking because there's nothing wrong with being an alcoholic. Just be alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it, right? Alcoholic acceptance.
Because everybody's soft nowadays. That's the best way I know how to word it. Everybody's soft, and it's this far left narrative that they try to push on us, where everybody has to be lazy, everybody needs to get a handout, nobody has to self-improve. You feel what I'm saying? Because I think that, not to get political on y'all, but I think the more right ideology is not right, like as correct, but as left and right, is that they try to push you got to work for shit. They try to push you got to grind to get what you want, to be an entrepreneur, to start that lifestyle. And the left wants to push everybody look the same, everybody be politically correct, everybody be lazy and get a fucking handout. When in reality, that shouldn't be the case. You should want to grind for shit. You should want to work for shit. So when I see shit like this, when I see the fat acceptance thing, I just think that it's just another way to try to normalize being lazy. You feel me?
Yeah, and a lot of time, like, this is a good point that Jaquan brought up, saying that being healthy or looking healthy is just being healthy. A lot of times they'll try to fight the whole fat acceptance thing by saying, "Oh, so you're saying that being thin is the definition of healthy?" It's like, no, nigga, being healthy is being healthy. It don't matter what you look like. It don't matter what a scale might say. What being healthy is. That's what healthy is. If I go to the doctor and I get a BMI test, a body mass index test, it's gonna say I'm overweight or damn near obese, but that's because I'm muscular, and the BMI scale is really made for more like skinny white people. So yeah, it might say I'm obese, but that's just a BMI scale. I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I feel good. That's what healthy is. I'm nowhere near thin. I've never been thin ever in my life. I'm nowhere near thin. So it's like fighting against fat acceptance. It's not saying that thin is the definition of healthy. It's saying whatever way you want to look while being healthy, that's what healthy is. If you could be healthy at 7,000 pounds, be 7,000 pounds. But if you healthy, you healthy. But it's just not possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like they try to push the norm of being unhealthy, and they try to do this, that, and the other. And I really don't like it. And it really makes me sick, because now you have the chicks in the dating game that look like that. Not even to bring it all back to chicks, it's not all about chicks. It's about being healthy and happy, and because health is wealth. But I want to use that for an example too, is that one thing we didn't touch on is that the chicks like that, like, let's face it, being fat is not sexy. So when I be at a party, when I be online, when I be on Instagram, who slides up on my stories, who comes up to me and approaches me all fat, sweaty, and sloppy is and drunk is the fat chicks, because they feel entitled. I don't know why. I'm not trying to put them down, but I'm trying to say that, like, because of this stuff, they don't want to self-improve because they already feel entitled, as they can go get a dude that looks like me. You feel what I'm saying? Or they can go get a dude. And I'm not trying to put myself on no moral soapbox, but let's just be honest here. I wouldn't ever want to go get with a chick that looks like that. And I don't think any of y'all would either. So what I'm trying to say is that I know it sounds like I'm being like an ass and like this, that, and the other, but I'm just cutthroat, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, is that because I know I'm on your channel, Chris, so I don't want to tee up too bad, you know what I'm saying? But
No,
cool. But these chicks just feel that they're entitled. Like, who slides up on my stories and who says all this bold stuff? They want to squat on my dick, this, that, and the other, is the fat chicks, because they feel entitled because of shit like this, where they don't have any drive to self-improve. So the women that are in the gym, the women that are working out, the women that are doing this, that, and the other, are improving at a greater rate. But because of this, those women are becoming less and less, and it's all just being normalized. It's the norm to want to be fat, to want to be lazy, to want to do this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So they feel even more entitled, where before it used to be like the drunk party hoes that would slide up on my stories, where now it's the big chicks, because the drunk party hoes, they're doing their thing. They don't really care. But now the fat chicks feel entitled because of shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like, they can go shoot their shot all they want, but it's just the feeling of entitlement that they don't have, then the drive that they don't want to change their physique is what gets me. You feel me?
Yeah. I think if we're going to be 100% honest, they do that kind of stuff because most of the time it works. I mean, let's just be real. Like, dudes be on here lying most of the time when they say, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying a lot of dudes, they don't stand on what they say. And a lot of fat chicks know that.
Sick.
You know,
That's
like,
sick.
they might get on here and say, I never mess with a fat chick. If a chick over 200 pounds, I never talk to her. But a lot of fat chicks, they play that really aggressive game because they know dudes are weak. When they see they know that a lot of dudes cannot afford to pass up a chick who wants to do, sexual things with them and as being sexually aggressive. A lot of dudes don't have the options to be like, nah, I'm not feeling you. You go have a nice day. A lot of dudes are gonna fold if a chick slide up on a dude DM and say, let me come squat on your face. A lot of dudes gonna be like, bro, what? Like, this chick's, I ain't have to do no work. I ain't have to slide in no DMs. She want to do something with me and I ain't even do nothing. And then, they go validate the fat chick with some sex. That happens all the time. And that's why they do that kind of stuff, because it works most of the time. If you get any fat chicks as friends, they don't even got to be fat. But just like teetering in between, like a chubby chick, they get sex all the time, because all they got to do is be a little aggressive. And most dudes gonna bite. And all they got to do is reel it in, and they right there. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
like,
so fucked. I didn't even think about
women
that.
don't do nothing like that unless they know it works, because all that shooting shot, that's out of their comfort zone. But once they know it works, they gonna do it. So them fat chicks, when they shoot them shots, it works, bro.
And another thing too that gets me mad about the entitlement and shit like that is because I dub all them chicks, not put them in their place, but like, I'll be like, I'm really not feeling you. Like, if a fat chick approaches me at a party, like, I'm going to one later tonight, probably like 11 o'clock or whatever. And if a fat chick comes up to me tonight, like, I'll be like, nah, like I straight tell him like an asshole. I'm like, no, like, I'm really not feeling you like that. I'm not attracted to you. I'll just straight say it like that. I don't find you attractive, so please don't talk to me. Like, straight up, I say it in the nicest way possible. But, and a lot of chicks, they get mad and they say, oh, you whatever, you think you all that because you post up in the corner, you this, that, and other. But like, he was just trying to get with me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I hurt their ego, so they feel even more entitled, and they call me an egotistical asshole. They call me this, that, and the other, because the dad bod acceptance. Even we can bring this back to dudes. Let's take the chicks out of the equation. Let's talk about dudes. The dudes, as far as me, the dudes on Snapchat, it'll be dudes calling me out saying I'm on steroids, dudes making fun of me for doing pre-workout, this, that, and the other. And these be the dudes not in the gym. These be the dudes with the dad bod. These be the dudes just throwing shade, because I feel like it's almost like people nowadays, like I said, it's the norm for people to be out of shape, for people to be fat. So when you see a dude that looks like me, when you see the dude that looks like Chris, we're gonna get called egotistical. We're gonna get called assholes. We're gonna get called materialistic. We're gonna get called cocky, arrogant, this, that, and the other, just because of the way we carry ourselves. Because people fear confidence. People fear shit they don't understand. People are jealous of how we look. People hate how we look and how they feel inside and how they know deep down that they're not putting in the work, if that makes sense. You feel me?
Yeah.
I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. But you know, as we push this 2-hour mark, we gonna get to close to winding it down. If any guys in the chat got questions, you know, drop your questions. We'll answer the good questions, you know, as we wind down. But I'm gonna go back up to this question I said I'll answer in the end. Where to go? Yeah, the cheat meal question. So do you gentlemen have cheat meals? For me, every weekend. Every weekend. I'm talking every Saturday night, I get a cheat something, you know. So last week I ate a whole gallon or half gallon of Oreo ice cream. You know, that's
Gas.
the week before, whole pack of Oreos, you know. I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend, but I'm a like I got a fat dude's brain, right? I love sweets. I love sweets. I love sweets. And so, you know, sometimes, well, I do the thing once a week. I just do it once a week. I might pig out on one dessert and then I'm good for the rest of the week. You know, so for me, yes, every weekend I do a cheat meal.
Yeah, me too. I had my cheat meal earlier tonight because I got practice on Sunday, so I'm taking today and tomorrow as my cheat days. Not all. I'm not saying I'm pigging out 24 hours a day, but I had the vegan Ben and Jerry's. It's so fire. It's like it's in like a green container and it's like with the almond milk. And I had that, the peanut butter and Oreo kind. That's gas. And then I got my milk and cookies one. Yeah, it's fire. And then I got the milk and cookies one too. So I'll have that. I'll have a tray of Oreos. I'll have something because honestly too, I think a cheat meal is a reward. A lot of people are hesitant and they want to dance around cheat meals and then all of a sudden they're back to their normal diet. But if you everything in moderation, you feel what I'm saying? It's like partying. You want to go out, you party in moderation. You don't go out every single night. You don't go out and eat trash every single night because then you're going to get burnt out and you're not going to want to be on your purpose. So what I'm trying to say with a cheat meal is that you have a cheat meal once a week and you know you're looking forward to it. So I know that when I'm grinding, getting over the hump Wednesday, Thursday, I know Friday, Saturday, I can go after my workout, after my yoga, I can go after I finish my gallon, I can go pig out with some bomb ass junk food. You feel what I'm saying? So I know, and I use that as a reward because it gives you something to look forward to, gives you something to work for even harder, rather than just having a cheat meal every day or not having cheat meals at all. So I think cheat meals are essential, and I think you should have a cheat meal. Another thing I like cheat meals too is because they reset
your metabolism.
Yeah. They reset your metabolism. Good looks for that. Yeah, they reset your metabolism. So when you have, like, especially with me too, is I'm so used to having not a lot of sugar, not a lot of whatever, and then all of a sudden I go pig out on something, my body just adapts to it even more, and it's just going to burn it and speed it up even faster, and all that's going to go to muscle if it's not getting burnt out. You feel what I'm saying? So it is really essential that you have a cheat meal. You feel me?
Yeah. And the other thing with the cheat meals is I tell people all the time, you know, the only reason you shouldn't do cheat meals is if you're not going to make health and fitness your lifestyle. So if you only trying to stay in the gym for 6 months because you got a wedding in June or July, then yeah, cut the cheat meals out completely because you can't afford it. But a dude like me or a dude like you, CG, this is a lifestyle. So this is going to be to the day I die. I'm going to always be healthy and be in shape. So put it into perspective. Let's say for a whole month, 31 days out the month, we do one cheat meal every week. So that's 4 cheat meals out of a whole month. And then that leaves 27 other days where we ate clean, we ate right, we ate healthy. We did what we had to do regarding our calories and our macronutrients. Extend that out to a whole year. You know, that's what, like 52 cheat meals in a whole year. And then however many other days, you know, what's that, like 308 or something like that? I ain't about to do the math. It's like over 300 days of eating right and eating proper, just doing one cheat meal a week. But that's when you have it as a lifestyle. Then think about it over a decade. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to outweigh your clean eating, your proper food habits always going to outweigh if you do one cheat meal a week. You know what I'm saying? Even
exactly.
2, you can even push it to 2. But doing no cheat meals, I would never tell somebody to have no cheat meals unless they only plan on doing this for a short amount of time. You know, that's just my thing.
Yeah. Chris, I want to ask you this question too. What do you think about pre-workouts and supplements performance enhancers like smelling salts, stimulants, stuff like that. I just want to hear your opinion on it.
So, I mean, for me, if it helps somebody and it don't hurt them, I mean, I'm cool with it. I've personally never done a pre-workout because my body has no reaction to caffeine like at all. So for me, a pre-workout would be just a waste of money. With the smelling salts, just something I never really thought to use, but I don't have nothing against them. Like maybe when I'm trying to pull 650 off the floor, maybe I might pop one in a morning real quick. I don't know. But,
Yeah.
for me, as long as a dude isn't abusing them, doing them too much, supplements, cool. You know what I'm saying? I think if you realize something is helping you and all you got to do is spend some money for it and it's legal, do it, bro. Like
Hell yeah.
I never understood why some dudes like or have this thing against supplements. Like don't use supplements, just eat food. It's like, bro, if it's not
Yeah.
hurting them and it's helping them and it's legal, why would you tell them not to use it? You know what I'm saying? I understand if it was harmful, but I'm not saying get addicted to pre-workout or take so many smelling salts you burn your brain cells out. I'm just saying, just use it within limits, within reason.
Yeah. No, I 100% agreed with you too. Is just because I think with the pre-workouts too, I bought one that's banned off the market. It's not like illegal. There's nothing crazy in it, but it's just got a legal amount of caffeine that you can sell. It's got like 405. I think the natural milligram amount is 395. So it's like right above the legal limit. But when you working out with class like three times a day, practice at night, you almost, not that you need it because I'm not addicted to it, but like you need that extra boost when you take that pre-workout shot before you go to lift at 11 a.m. and then you got class all day, and then you gotta get to lift and practice at 4 o'clock, and you get out of practice at 2:30. You feel what I mean? Get out of class at 2:30. So that pre-workout boost just allows you to carry throughout the day. So I think that shit's a lifesaver. And then I do that in the morning too, and like with my almond milk or my yogurt. Another thing I do is I combine my maca root. I have maca powder, which is good for vitality and energy and this, that, and the other. So I just combine that right with my yogurt parfait in the morning or with my oatmeal and stuff like that. So it really, like, you combine that with the pre-workout and you'll be wired all day, ready to go. It's a miracle, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a miracle. I'd be on go 24/7.
I think some people do actually need, a pre-work. Like say you got a man, let's say he 40 years old, let's say he work a factory job or something like that, or I don't know, some kind of labor, construction worker, and he worked from 5 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, right, on a construction site. Like, a dude would be crazy to think a pre-workout wouldn't help him if he trying to work out later that same night after working for 12 hours on a construction site. Take your pre-workout, dog. If you work a 9 to 5 and you got a real stressful, tiring job, take you some pre-workout if it's gonna help your workout. If you a stay-at-home mom and your man at work and you got to take care of the kids all day and your man come home from work and you tired, but you want to go exercise, take your pre-workout. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna help you, if you feeling tired and it's gonna help you, take your pre-workout. You know what I'm saying? I think some people, it's a great benefit, because some people just have very tiring, stressful lifestyles that just drain the energy out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. I think being in college, that shit is essential, especially like with the football in class. Like, that shit's stressful, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I be seeing some of these kids snorting it and doing all types of crazy shit. I'm like, yo, why you got to do the most, bro?
Yeah, but we ain't getting no questions in the chat, and we hitting about to hit 2 hours. So yeah, we're going ahead and shut this thing down, man. This was a real good conversation. We didn't get huge audience, but I knew that because we wasn't talking about girls or nothing like that. So it's like, whoever was listening, they got some jewels, they got some good information, something that they can carry with them to the gym, their next gym session. But I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Appreciate
you always
you having
welcome
me,
on
boss.
my channel. You always welcome on my channel. You
always welcome on mine, bro. Likewise.
Yeah, so if you in the chat, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to CG Exclusives. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace out, boy.